we're scheduled to start.
Got it. Yeah, I didn't post on Facebook.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this?
Hello, Team Heart League. It is Sunday night. That means it's time for some Sunday Showdown. I am Force of Will, and I'm joined this evening with Imposition. Imposition, how you doing this evening?
Hey, Force, I'm doing great. Thanks.
Excellent, excellent. So we have two great matches for this night. Starting off, we're going to be starting off with a Mysterious Challenger League match, and we're going to have Blood Hunter, who was actually the co-winner of Season 1 of MCL. I believe he was tied with Cinder for an undefeated record in the first season of MCL, and against Josh Sampson. So kind of a guy who's been around the league for a little bit. So we're going to start off with that, and then we're going to follow up with what may be the game-deciding match or the match-deciding game, I should say, between Steffi and Rakazar, Vote of No Confidence versus Always Top Deck Lethal tonight. So let's go ahead and get started with the kind of analysis of this first game. I know that right now they are challenging up and are getting ready to go. So, Imposition, why don't you tell us a little bit about this matchup?
Yep, sure thing. So this is MCL, which means that the players submit their deck codes when they sign up for this week, and it's kind of on a week-to-week basis. The good part about that is that we know exactly which decks each player has, and they know which deck of each other has. So what I have on the screen here, and of course you have it in your file, is the matchup charts for specifically which deck archetypes are going up against each other. Up on the top, I have it from Blood Hunter's viewpoint, where surprisingly both players are bringing the same classes. They're both bringing Druid, Mage, Rogue, and Warlock. but they're bringing different archetypes of those classes, so it kind of makes it interesting. Blood Hunter's got the Malagos Druid, the Big Spell Mage, Odd Rogue, and Even Warlock, whereas Josh Sampson has the Token Druid, Big Spell Mage, Odd Rogue, and Zoo Warlock. And as we look at it, the way I have this chart is you have the matchup percentages here on the left, and on the right you can see a simulation that's run to determine all combinations of which deck you play first and the odds that it has to determine overall what your win percentage would be if you banned your opponent's archetype and he banned your archetype. So, for example, just to make sure we're all on the same page here, if Blood Hunter banned Josh Sampson's Zoo Warlock up in the top right-hand corner, and Josh Sampson banned Blood Hunter's Malagos Druid, then Blood Hunter would theoretically have a 44.7% chance of winning the match. And that's just average data, taken right out of the numbers. Tech cards not included. So certainly, a few techs here and there could shift these numbers, in some cases, quite significantly. But bottom line here, looking at these two matchups, on the top, you can see that Blood Hunter appears to have the best advantage when he bans Big Spell Mage. He could think about banning Token Druid as well.
Mm-hmm.
But if he does ban Big Spell Mage, then if Josh bans, probably worst case for Blood Warlock, then he still has a 54.4% chance of winning the match, all other things being equal.
Well,
now we look.
Interesting you say that, actually, because we have bans.
Okay.
We got the bans from the players. So, Blood Hunter, as predicted, did ban Josh Sampson's Big Spell Mage.
Okay.
And Josh Sampson actually banned Blood Hunter's Warlock. So that was exactly the predictions that you kind of picked up on with that.
Yeah.
So
I think that's his best chance. But if you look at the bottom table, the best chance may not be a great chance still.
No.
Like I said, tech cards not included, but if we go to Josh Sampson's table, he's banning Warlock, right?
Correct.
So that's the far right column. And since his Big Spell Mage is banned, technically he has a 45.6% chance of winning the match. So he had a lot of red to begin with. That's probably about as good as he could have expected with his Mage being banned. But even though it's a lot of red and it sounds bad, it's still 45.6%, right?
Yeah, it's like, I mean, yeah, it's a little less than a coin flip. It's
right.
It's about, it's honestly probably most matches I would say in Hearthstone, unless someone just brings an absolutely terrible deck, usually ends up being these corner cases like 55-45 or 60-40 or something like that. So, yeah, it's not that big of a surprise that Josh is definitely unfavored.
Mm-hmm.
Though I will say with his Even Warlock or with his Big Spell Mage ban, he does have two matches with the Odd Rogue and the Zoo Warlock that have that's like a 51.5 and 51.1. So his tough thing is going to be getting a win. It looks like with that Token Druid.
Well, no, it's kind of the opposite. So,
okay.
The ones on the right tell you overall the match given those bans. But now, if you look at the left-hand table, right? So Josh Sampson banned Even Warlock. So his Token Druid has a 66% chance to beat that Big Spell Mage.
Oh, good. Okay,
It's got a 64% chance to beat the Odd Rogue. So it's looking pretty good. The Odd Rogue, with that Warlock gone, has some tough matchups. But he's probably banking on, he thinks he can beat the Mirror, is probably what he's hoping for there. And he kind of had to ban Warlock. If you look at his Zoo Warlock versus Druid, that was his really, I'm not going to say his only chance to get a Zoo Warlock win, because it could be Odd Rogue and maybe even beat those other ones. But Big Spell Mage and Even Warlock are just really tough matchups for the Zoolock. So
it is, yeah.
Yeah. So that's probably why he went ahead and did that.
Okay. All right. Excellent. So, well, the players are on standby. Do you think we need to get these guys started with their match?
Yeah, I think we're ready to go. So I'll get that screen going, and you can tell them to go on in. We're going to have Blood Hunter on the bottom. So if you want to cue into him first once you see it rolling.
Got it. All right. So Bloodhunter versus Josh Sampson. Currently, I mean, we're only in week 2 of MCL. Both these players are currently undefeated at this point. So this is top of the Swiss bracket, basically, between these two players. You said Bloodhunter is going to be on the bottom?
Yep.
All right, excellent. All right, and it looks like now they are in game. So let us go ahead and get in. Now, do you, since it's Conquest, I know normally I would say this is a, flip a coin, but do you think Josh might try to lead with his Warlock to try to see if he can edge out a win with his worst deck?
Yeah, I would have thought that, but also he's probably hoping to get a 50-50 on the Rogue, and indeed that is what Josh has started with. So, yeah, it's kind of like a tough decision to make sometimes, right? Do you go for your worst deck first so you can just play it until it wins and then hope to reverse sweep, or do you try to at least get something good going with a deck you're really comfortable with and probably has a good matchup, etc.?
Okay,
are you in the game?
I'm in the game, actually, yes. So,
okay, yeah.
Josh Sampson is, we're awaiting mulligans right now. Bloodhunter, he has Alex Straza, he has Naturalize, he has a Moonfire.
He just kept his whole hand. Okay, no.
It
looked like to me he kept his whole hand and he just ran out of time, but then it came through right at the last minute.
All right, so Josh is going to open up with South Sea deckhand, just get something on board, try to put early pressure on Bloodhunter, since Bloodhunter is definitely the control deck, or the trying to control the tempo of the game in this one.
Yep. You would love to get his ramp going by next turn for sure as well.
All right, so unfortunately it does not look like Bloodhunter has any ramp as of yet, but on turn 4 he can if he wants to coin Nourish, but I don't think that's your ideal situation here.
Yeah, I mean, he's got the swipe in hand. He may have to use that. He's got the branching paths. He could have drawn last turn with the Wrath to try to get something else, but I guess he's feeling with the Nourish already in hand, and in turn 4, he didn't really need to do that.
And that's a Lich King, so right now, Bloodhunter's hand is looking very awkward, to say the least.
Yeah. And probably his plan was to tap a few times and get that Spellstone going as well. And now if he taps, he's going to end up leaving a 3/3 on the board, and he doesn't want to use the coin. So this is a tough spot. It's always this one's always a tough decision.
I mean, theoretically, he could still hero power, and actually he still needs 2 more armor, so he's 1 off. But he could use both to do that, or if he wants to use the Wrath, and it looks like he is leaning towards the Wrath here to clear the minion.
Yeah.
But he will be able to finally ramp next turn.
Yep.
Josh has a very interesting hand at this moment. So, and he's actually going to choose to go with the 1/2, which I think is a good play here. Knowing this deck and knowing the type of minions that are available in this deck, there are big minions that you have to deal with here.
Yeah. And this will enable him to possibly use the SI next turn if he needs to, since he has a cold blood target. So
really, I gotta be surprised. I'm surprised Bloodhunter didn't coin Nourish hero power there.
He could have done that. He's still trying to charge up the Spellstone before he uses the branching path. I think is why he did that. But sometimes you just gotta, I mean, maybe even branching path for draw and armor to charge it up, but that only gives you 1 charge on it.
So for Josh here, he has a couple different options here if you would like. He's actually just going to push, and I'd probably just refresh his hero power here.
Tempo out the SI, no?
And tempo out the SI, yeah.
Oh, he is, yeah.
Really to aim for.
Yeah. But now he can. He's got the Slayer available when he needs it now. With with the Cold Blood, should he want to activate it.
Oh yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
With you, yeah, I'm with you though. I'm really surprised Bloodhunter didn't Nourish last turn. He hero powered anyways. But now he can Nourish hero power Jasper Spellstone, should he so choose.
He could. And in fact, actually, he could still use the coin if he wants to do that. He could Nourish hero power coin Lesser Jasper Spellstone here.
Yep. Maybe that was his plan all along.
What?
I still don't think it. Nah, it couldn't have been his plan because he could have just coined last turn and done the same thing, right?
Yeah, could have. Yeah.
It's unfortunate. He could have possibly even nourished twice.
Oh yeah, he could be looking at playing Lich King or Lich King next turn if he would have nourished last turn.
What?
So I mean, he can play Lich King next turn still,
He can.
but probably going to get Vile Spined if he does, and he is going to coin out the Spellstone.
Okay. Yep, so he's gonna go this route. Try to just clear the board of Josh Yates' minions here, and then can coin out the Jasper Spellstone, and that should be it for this turn. So Josh has a lot of good stuff in his hand, but you never want to draw that one though. You want Baku to be like card 30th in your deck.
Yeah, not a whole lot else to do. Does he play the Edwin into the Plague, or the Plague into the Edwin, I guess, or his main?
Yeah, it's like, I think this is probably better. Give you at least a 4/4 and the 2/3 versus just the 2/2.
Yeah, 2/2 with Poisonous is pretty good, though.
It is. It's like, well, especially considering what might be coming down this turn if Josh decides he wants to Lich King here.
Yeah. But I guess with the Slayer in hand and nothing else to do, he felt the stats would be better in this case, should that happen.
I mean, theoretically, he could also have done Spreading Plague and then play a free Arcane Tyrant afterwards, too. But this way, it'll at least clear up the Edwin.
Yeah. You probably didn't want to play the Lich King until he's seen at least one Slayer.
Oh, agreed. So, for Josh here...
he's got a nice... I mean, he can just, Cold Light, SI, take out the thing, and keep his Cold Light minion aboard.
Yeah, and push 4 damage. That seems reasonable here.
It's too bad he can't activate the Cold Light first for 4, but...
He might be looking at Leroy, too, but I think it's a little early for Leroy to push 10. Well, actually, I stand corrected. That might not be the worst idea in the world. Now, we know with Caster Vision, Bloodhunter is holding Ultimate Infestation, but he might be thinking just push to 2.
Yeah. He's going to Foul Spine this. Maybe looking for the Leroy into SI next turn.
Possibly.
Yeah. That's actually probably the play here. He keeps more stats on the board this way.
Yeah, no, that was actually a good play by Josh there.
I mean, of course, we can see, he's got the Lich King and stuff like that. So this could get a little bit punished with the branching paths and, yeah. Go ahead.
Right now, I'm sort of thinking the UI. Just clear the 4/2 possibly, put a 5/5 on board, get 5 armor. I don't think, I do not believe Josh can kill him from 15 at this point, unless he gets some other draw off the top of his deck. And
I don't think so.
You've seen 1 Cold Blood already.
So Leroy Cold Blood is 10 plus 2 from the hero power. It'd probably be the most he could do is 12 then. I would even consider killing off the 3/4 with that Ultimate Infestation.
Sure.
Just because it's a little bit harder to kill, so do it now while you can.
He might also be thinking Spreading Plague and Branching Paths times 2 for 12 armor to getting back up to 22 would be the other way to think about this play.
Yeah.
Turn.
Maybe even give him a little bit of attack and then a little bit of armor, split the difference. Because if they have 2 attack, it at least kills one of those things. If he...
Let's see. It looks like Bloodhunter is... Yep. He's going to do double armor, it looks like here. Yep. He's going to go up to 22 health here. Now for Josh...
And see, that's why yeah.
Welcome here.
This guy's toast.
He's going to leave a 1/1 on board. That's not the last thing you wanted.
Wow, that's a nice draw right there, though.
That's a nice draw by Bloodhunter. Yeah, he's going to have the swipe. He can clear up a good portion of this if you'd like, but he may be looking at UI the Scalebane here.
Yeah, I think this is better.
Yep. And he's going to get a free 4/4 out of it for this. And so for Josh, he is starting to have
Yeah.
Yeah, he's running out quickly now. Yeah,
Okay.
you never
Yeah.
feel good about playing Baku, but that's where we are now, unfortunately. Blood Hunter could naturalize it, but I don't think you want the odd rogue necessarily drawing a bunch of cards here.
Yeah, there's no reason to naturalize here, I don't think, when you have Malfurion and a Spellstone in hand.
True.
And a Ferocious Howl, so that Spellstone could get up to 6.
I wonder.
And get you a lot of armor in the process. So, I mean, you're way out of lethal range. Your opponent has, like, no resources left.
Well, it looks like Blood Hunter's going to get a bunch of armor anyway, but he got it from Ferocious Howl.
Yep.
And...
Oh, and he doesn't have enough. I thought he had enough for Ferocious Howl, Malfurion, and the Spellstone, but...
Oh, no. I knew he was a little short on that, but...
Okay. But this is good.
And actually, yeah, this is good. Yeah, this clears the board up, leaves him a 4-1 and a 5-2 on board. And heck, you can even push one to Josh Sampson's face here.
Sure, and now you're back up to 30 health, so for all intents and purposes, this game's pretty much over at this point for the Druid. I mean,
yeah, it's like, I don't see a way for Josh to pull 30 damage out here. And it's only going to get worse because there's another branching path. There is Malfurion there as well. And it looks like he is going to go Malfurion here.
The circle of life is over.
And let's see what we're going to see from... he's going to go with the taunts. And it looks like he's going to use the hero power. And with that, Josh does concede. So we have... Bloodhunter has now won with his Druid. Which I gotta say is kind of a big win for him, I think, right here. Because if I remember the matchup chart correctly, Oddrogue, I think, is favored here, correct? If I remember.
Let me take a quick look at that here.
Oh, no, actually, no, I stand corrected. Oddrogue is a big dog to Mally Druid.
Yeah,
so
Mally Druid was...
It's 33%.
Yes, yeah. So Mally Druid was heavily favored. Josh Sampson's probably playing the Oddrogue to hope to get a match into the opponent's Odd Rogue, and maybe he even feels he's got a fighting chance at Mage. But, losing to Druid, not a big deal for Josh. That's one that, I mean, he almost had no chance to beat Druid with any of his classes remaining, other than maybe Zoo Warlock. So actually, now that I think about it, that's really bad for Josh. Because that's like the one good matchup that Zoo Warlock had. Kind of going back to your point, would he open with that? He chose not to, and now that matchup is gone.
Yep. All right, so Josh is going to take another swing with the Rogue. Unfortunately, I think he may have queued into a worse matchup somehow with Big Spell Mage being up.
Well, his Big Spell Mage on paper is like 55% against Odd Rogue.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah, you're correct.
Sometimes.
Well, actually, looking at here, it's like a 50-50. It's a coin flip for Odd Rogue versus. No, actually, so I think right. Odd Rogue versus Big Spell Mage is a 45-55 against Odd Rogue, at least according to the paper you have here. So.
Yeah. Right. And he does have Jaina in hand if he can make it that far.
And he's got some tools to help. He has the Stonehill Defender to throw a little bit of block. He's got the Blizzard there. Dragon's Fury, I think, would be the thing that... Oh, and speaking of the card, Dragon's Fury would do go a long way in helping with this, too. So, Josh is just going to push 3 here. Okay. Well, Bloodhunter's just getting all the board wipes in the world right now.
Yeah. He's going to have the Arcane to recover if he makes it that far. He's got some stopping power with Stonehill. So this is like the perfect hand, really, for Bloodhunter right here.
Yeah, no, this is the type of hand you want with this deck. So. Yeah.
But Josh has what he wants, at least from his perspective as well.
So I guess the question that he's thinking right now is push. He might push Redagger and then go ahead and put the Deadly Poison on there to give you 2 full swings with it.
I think that's what I would do because the Cold Blood dies immediately to a hero power, right? So if you can stick a Cold Blood, okay, the tempo.
Yeah, it's like
this is probably better than what we were saying. Now that I think about
probably.
it. Yep.
And those are not the options you want to see for Blood Hunter. I mean, I guess Unpowered Steambot will put a big block up, but he's gonna go with Frostwolf Grunt, the 2/2.
Yeah, just take the cheapest one.
Yep.
Because the wider you can go against Odd Rogue, you know, the more attacks they have to make, the less attacks going into your face. So.
Oh yeah, and actually, Josh is gonna push a whole bunch of damage here.
Yeah.
Because he has the ability to cold blood his SI7 agent too.
Yeah, this is pretty insane.
Yeah, this is gonna be 8 to the face with another 12 coming next turn if there's no block or anything else. But
Yep. No
Blood Hunter is gonna
hesitation.
coin out the first Dragon's Fury. This will be a board wipe, as the lowest thing should be Polymorph, but he picks up the Meteor. All right, and Josh Hampson almost as quickly throws out Captain Greenskin to give him a 5/1 weapon.
And he's thinking if that lives, he's got lethal.
Yeah, he's thinking if with what he has in hand right now, he is good to go if it lives. Now, the question for Blood Hunter, I think, is do you Voodoo Doll kill Captain Greenskin right here?
What to do?
I mean, it has the same effect as the Dragon's Fury, right? So
It does, but
there's not that many better targets other than the 7/9. Now, you don't have your Meteor in hand yet, so you do have to consider that on turn 9. I don't mind the Voodoo Doll here. Just because the Dragon's Fury will be good against multiple minions, and this is a single target.
Well, and plus the other turn thing is, it opens up next turn that if Josh throws out, say, like 2 creatures here, say like Vicious Fledgling and Dire Mole, that Arcane Artificer plus that will at least give him 5 health back too as well.
Yeah. And he kind of is is he forced? Yeah, he's forced to do that because otherwise Leroy just straight up kills him from hand, right?
Yep.
So
that is correct. And it looks like that is the route that Blood Hunter is going to go here.
you hate to have to throw away Arcane. You would love to get it with the Blizzard next turn.
Mm-hmm.
But
I wonder.
you know, he doesn't have a choice.
No, he at this point, until Blood Hunter gets a little more health, a little more life, he's gonna have to clear this board basically every turn. The good news for him is Josh only has 2 cards in hand.
I wonder.
So yeah, with only 2 cards in hand, you know, is he thinking to himself, "Do I have the balls to hold?"
Job done.
No, and he does do this play here, so this will get him back up to 11, and should clear the board again. That Flame Strike is there, so
Yeah, so that's got to be the play.
oh,
every
good
time.
call, actually, and good call. That would have been lethal if he would not have done that
Yeah.
this turn.
Rogue-
South Sea Cold Blood would have been the end of him.
Yep. And Rogue always finds that, right? I mean, they always find the
Yeah.
damage if you're anywhere close.
Mm-hmm.
He would love to find the time to get this Skulking Geist down if he could, but it's not looking like he's going to be able to.
I'm wondering what Josh is thinking here. Is he thinking not to play the South Sea? He's going to tempo out Valspine Slayer, so he's hoping that Blood Hunter thinks that he doesn't have anything in hand.
I don't mind it. So now he's going to try to squeeze in
Ice Barrier.
Oh, Ice Barrier. That's so nice.
That's a nice pickup there.
Now he can do the Frostwolf Grunt and just buy him that one extra turn that may allow him to stabilize.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be ice barrier here, correct? I mean, it almost has to. He's
Yeah,
slow rolling it. He's slow rolling it a little bit, but
yeah. So that's the first Vile Spine, right? Oh, because here's the second one in his hand. So is this lethal?
No, not yet.
Oh,
no, because
well,
he has 8 armor coming.
Yeah, but if he didn't have that, I think.
Oh yeah.
That's good sequencing there.
Yep.
Because otherwise he may have thrown out that Cold Blood. Oh, he's still gonna. Okay.
Still gonna do it, but
yeah. Still looking pretty good. Only Leroy kills him once he starts throwing out the blizzards.
I would say, and next, well, really, honestly, all Blood Hunter really needs to do here is survive one more turn, because that would get him to turn 9 and Frostlit Jaina.
If he's in a good enough position to
To
play
do.
Jaina on 9.
To do.
If he is. Yeah, that is and admittedly, that is a big if
Yeah.
here.
He's going to leave a 3-2 on the board. So it really comes down to Josh Sampson's next draw. He's questioning, should I ping or is a Raven familiar to play? Because if he pings the 3-2, like Blizzard takes everything down to 2 health, right? He can kill
Yep.
the 7-2. There's a 3-2 remaining. If he pings it, he may be able to ping next turn if he can't play the Jaina.
But the catches are, though, is like whatever Raven Familiar gets off is probably going to be a board wipe.
Yeah.
I think it's Raven Familiar.
It's
Blizzard
Raven Familiar here. Yep.
Play the Artificer into the 7-4.
Yeah. You got to think about it, though. It's
worth... actually, stand correct.
Well, he gets... That might be... at this point, Josh is down to, one threat at a time. So that's not bad.
All right, so this is the Hench Clan Thug. It's going to move it up to...
Why would he do that? Why would he go face there?
I'm not 100% certain. Oh, actually, yeah, he can also Alex Straza himself here to get him back up to 15 health. So that will give him at least a turn.
Yeah.
The light protects.
Especially now that Josh is out of any kind of resources whatsoever, and now he's got a big 8-8 on the board to deal with this guy. I think that's just about GG.
I think it is, yeah. I think Frostlit Jaina is about to come down right now.
Do not fear power. Fear those who
And that should be all she wrote on this one.
Blood Hunter really played those last few turns well.
He did.
Uh-oh. What's this do?
But that's a fireball. Oh boy, maybe it's not over yet. That's a
What
6,
does this do,
8,
though?
9, and nothing at this point. Because
You have to
Josh,
use it on the 3-6, right?
you do have to use it on the 3-6. I think that is correct, though. You have to use it on 3-6. You cannot let Blood Hunter gain life here.
But at 10 health, it's only a matter of time before he 6 one of these 3-6s to start gaining more.
Yeah.
He'll draw an Arcane Artificer, and your chances of getting more damage to face are getting slimmer and slimmer with every turn.
They are. Yeah, they are right now.
quickly.
I'm just trying to think of what could the possibilities be here.
Nah, he's got to take out the... Whoa!
Oh, whoa, nothing. Okay. So, this is going to gain him some health. I know what he's thinking. He's thinking Leroy Fireball right now. Because that would be 13 damage.
Yeah, if he doesn't give away the information, yeah. Oh, yep. And that would be exact lethal too, right?
Once again, 3 life. Correct, yes.
Yeah. So I see. Okay, I mean, it's pretty much his only chance, right?
I think it is.
So that makes
The
a lot of
problem is-
sense.
The one problem he's going to have, though, is now
Oh,
the
he's frozen, though.
water elemental's going to froze him, yep. And so that is not... Now it is not lethal.
Yeah, because he was probably banking on that the 3-6 would go into his 3-3.
And now just get a Raven Familiar again, see what he gets. Again, it will be a board wipe of some sort. Oh, no, the other polymorph. Which, again, at this point is great, because, that's just another water elemental for you. Oh, and he drew it, too. Oh. Oh, daggers. Daggers for Josh here.
I mean, he played to his out. He got his out. Unfortunately for him, Blood Hunter didn't play into it, right? I mean,
No, he didn't.
if Blood would have killed the 3-3 with his 3-6, but Josh Sampson was absolutely justified by doing what he did. It was really smart to do that.
It was.
If he didn't do that, he was going to lose. Well, would he have had lethal though? No. He wouldn't.
I would say
The 3 heal.
if he was unfrozen, he would have had 2 with the weapon, and that would have put him at 14. So he had lethal as long as he was not frozen.
Yeah. But I mean, if he would have killed the 3/6, would he have lethal because his opponent wasn't able to heal up and he wouldn't have been frozen?
Oh, maybe.
No, I think his
Actually,
opponent had 10, and that would have only been because he would have wasted the fireball, and he would have gotten Leroy plus a two hero power, which is only 8.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, that might have been lethal if you had thrown the fireball to
To the 3/6.
the 3/6. Yeah, that might have.
Watch your back.
I don't think so. I think his we'll have to go back and watch that, but I think his opponent would have had 10 health, and Leroy plus his weapon would be 8, not enough to kill him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah, no. Now that you're saying that, I think that is correct. So, all right. So Blood Hunter is now on his odd rogue, and that means Josh has now jumped over to his token druid.
That's a good call.
That's a good call. Yeah, give himself the best to. Yeah, that's a. Let's see. That appears to be a 64% matchup for token druid. So heavily favored here for Josh.
Yeah. And he's got the cards he needs. Sure, you can think about doing something against this little guy, but with that ramp, look at that ramp cycle there.
That ramp is awesome. Ramp is awesome. Yeah, he's gonna have wild growth into coin nourish the next turn, or he can even swipe if you would prefer. If, say, for example, that Hinch Clan thug comes down.
For example. Yeah, this is just a hand to dream for if you're in this matchup as a token druid. Because that'll get him far enough into the later rounds where he's almost guaranteed to be able to go wide, and there's nothing Rogue can do against that.
Now, Death Speaker, I think, is Death Speaker a relatively new inclusion into Odd Rogue?
Yeah, it's pretty new. It was actually, it came out like a month ago, but nobody went for it. But all of a sudden, everybody's going for it.
Yeah, it's just an interesting option. It's like, okay, well, I'll make sure my whatever lives this turn.
It's super effective.
Yeah.
Protects me.
All right, so Bloodhunter's gonna. Yeah, Bloodhunter can throw the Tar Creeper and the Argent Squire out here, but again, more ramp. And I guess probably this hero power pass here. Now, Bloodhunter, if he wants to get real aggro here, he can do Dire Mole, Firefly, Void Ripper, and flip everything.
I think he's looking to go as wide as possible and get a fresh... Oh, he's sinking him. Yeah, he's going wide because of the thing, but he's going to think him right back, because guess what? That's why you saved the Void Ripper.
Yep.
So, look at him.
Yeah, he's just aching to play that card. Like, play. But unfortunately, or fortunately for him, depending on your outlook on this, Josh does have Spreading Plague here that can...
well, yeah, that's why he said thank you, but that's the beauty of Void Ripper, right? Because he's gonna flip the Spreading Plague. Josh is gonna throw a Power of the Wild into this. It's just gonna get wasted.
Yep.
Because all of Blood Hunter's minions are gonna have 2 attack. Oh, the BM is real in this one.
All right, so.
And he can even Death Speaker one of these guys. Probably.
I'm assuming this would probably be the 5/1, but I'm not 100% certain. Yeah.
I thought he would have saved the 5/1 to go face.
Well, he's going to be able to clear everything up with the... and yeah, that's exactly what he's doing. Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah, see, he could have... Right. Oh, okay, I know why. Because the 1/1 wouldn't have killed one of those guys.
No.
Now, I'd like to see some talk back here and say thank you again. Because he's got another Pleasure of Mind in hand.
Yep. And now Soul of the Forest as well, so even when he's killing him, it's doesn't help that much.
And that's why Rogue, even with the 2 Void Rippers, has such a hard time in this matchup.
So, for Bloodhunter, I mean, I guess he could turn his Tar Creeper back into a 1/5
I
to
think
set
you.
up a taunt.
No, I think you kill it first, right? I mean, I guess it'd be a. Oh,
I guess
I'm
not.
surprised. Yeah. Oh, it kills it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, well, and it also allows him to easily kill the rest of the spreading plague too. So I guess I somewhat get the logic behind that. But
Well, that's
Josh is gonna
yeah.
have Josh is gonna have massive refill here. He's gonna ultimate infestation, probably the 3/3 here, and then or just swipe. Why not?
Yeah, border's too perfect for swipe, especially you're looking at your opponent. He's got nothing left.
Nope, he is top decking. So
Yep. So anything that comes down, unless it's a 7/9, gets killed by the ultimate.
and Bloodhunter's probably not gonna toss out Leroy Jenkins here. Just a thought.
No, it gives him more tokens, but man, it feels bad to just pass this. He's already down to. He's going to be down to. Oh, okay, here we go.
He's
Yeah.
gonna give it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
My guess is he's probably guessed that Josh is holding on to at least one UI, maybe two.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's
And
gonna go
even,
ahead
I
and
mean,
do that.
no matter what Josh had, it wasn't gonna have any trouble dealing with Leroy. So Josh is back in it.
He's back in. It's a 2-1 still for lead for Bloodhunter, but my guess is now. Well, actually, I guess he may go for the Odd Road Mirror here, and it does sound like it's the Odd Road Mirror.
You're back.
So this is gonna be interesting because they both have slightly different tech options, and since this is a coin flip matchup usually anyway, I'll be honest, I'm not 100% certain who's favored here with these tech choices. Theoretically, I would think Bloodhunter is because he has the Void Rippers that can start flipping some stuff. But we'll see. Oh, and Josh.
Do you have
Okay,
any? Oh, that's a terrible. Yeah. Do you have any
terrible into the
feel
molly.
for if the Bloodhunters kind of has this new age odd road? Josh is kind of running the standard. Do you have any feel for which one does better in the mirror?
I have no clue. I mean, just logically speaking, that at a certain point, Bloodhunter should be able to push a lot more damage thanks to his Void Rippers. Theoretically, that should be true, but I don't know if that works out in practice or not. I do know Josh is holding Baku while Bloodhunter is not at this very moment, and that's rough as is.
Well, he did get his thug though.
Yes.
Got some blink for a refill. He can deadly poison. So it's one card out of a few. He does have some good ones to back it up. It's really, the Fungal Monster is kind of clunky here too, right? Without many Fireflies or anything.
I was like, actually, you know what? The more I think about it, maybe Bloodhunter is favored because of the Tar Creepers. Because those are big enough to compete with most of what's in Odd Road to begin with.
Yeah. I don't know if you need to coin it out, though, when you have the Hench Clan right there.
Maybe not.
So
Yeah.
do you think his plan is to Hench Clan next turn, or Hero Power Firefly, or just put another Tar Creeper
I think
down?
I think it's option 2. I think it's Hero Power Firefly here. And then set up for Hench Clan Thug the next turn, and then clear whatever Josh puts out this turn. It seems reasonable. So, now for Josh, I'm not 100% certain because he could throw out the Hench Clan Thug right now.
I think
right.
you have to.
Yeah, I think you have to. Yeah,
Do
it
it.
can be through the board really nicely.
Because you're going to have to put your face into that 3/5 at some point. Might as well get some benefit out of it now. And then see where this goes. Yeah.
Oh, see, now the Hero Power... well, no, actually, you still have to need everything to do that. So, I'm trying to think of what might be a more reasonable option here for Bloodhunter. And I'll be honest, I'm not 100% certain.
Yeah, I think he's going to want to go wide next turn. Into the Fungal Mancer turn, so it's unfortunate he doesn't have a dagger up, because that Hench Clan, well, I guess what he has to ask himself is, if I throw the Hench Clan down, will it live the next turn?
I mean, theoretically, as long as he doesn't trade everything into the Blood Hunter or to the Hench Clan Thug, then it would, at least for a turn.
Yeah. Of course it won't.
But
we can see that it won't.
No, we can see it won't, but...
Is he going to take care? Okay, he's going to go wide.
He's going to just go really wide.
Yeah. Go wide now and then try to deal with what happens next later. I think he's going to have to turn... We'll see what lives.
Yeah, and Josh is actually going to be able to push a fair amount of damage here.
You don't clear?
I mean, you know what? I don't know, because... No, all right, so he decided not to clear with the Hench Clan Thug. So basically, asking Blood Hunter is like, if you want to clear this, you're going to have to get off your board to do this.
And Blood saying, I'll deal with that Hench Clan later. I'm going wide because I got a Fungal Mancer in hand.
Yep, and that seems reasonable here. Seems like probably the best plan, actually. So
yeah. Once he coined out that first Tar Creeper, it was leaning towards this the whole way, so he's got to stick with it at this point.
Now, I think the question Josh is asking is, whoa, all right, that is leeching poison. So
yeah,
gain 4 life here, if you would like.
Probably doesn't do him much good. He would probably be better off daggering up, but he's going to go for it. It doesn't affect the board, and really this is a battle for the board.
And the problem now is with Blood Hunter's Fungal Mancer, he can actually clear both these minions off while only losing one creature himself.
Yeah. Then again, he'll probably have time to dagger next turn since his minions will be dead, and he won't be able to play that Fungal Mancer.
Yeah.
So Blood Hunter's risk, his gamble is paying off at this point. He was able to use that Fungal Mancer, and now he's got some things in hand to get going. But that's a good draw for Josh Sampson as well.
Yeah, it is. It's like, get a 4-power weapon on board.
Actually, he doesn't even need it. Not such a great draw. I take it back. That was not a great draw this time. It'll be a good draw this turn. But Blood Hunter, I think, has turned the corner in this one.
I think he has, yeah. It's like, he's going to have to take a very nice series of draws from Josh to come back in this one. Because the only life gain was the thing he just happened to get off of Blink Fox here. So, and he's not holding any... He's not holding anything to... doesn't like Vilespine Slayers or anything like that. So
yeah, he might just be dead next turn.
I think he might be, actually. As 2, 4, 6, he just plays the Flame Elemental and SI7 Agent to the face.
4, 6, 7. Oh yeah, he's got it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got it.
All right, so that will do it.
Yep. So Blood Hunter will win this game and match by a score of 3-1. We said I should say you stood up front. Josh is really unfavored of this matchup, and this really showed throughout the entire match. It was like the decks were just a little more favored for Blood Hunter across the board. Do we want to see if we can try to get Blood Hunter in for an interview real quick?
Yeah, sure. Give it a shot. Yep.
Hey. Two. Let me also make sure I send him a friend request. I don't know if he's a friend yet, but
on the Discord,
yeah. Okay, all right. So, let's see. Just sent you a friend request. So, oh, never mind. He just accepted. So let me add him to this call real quick. So, hello, Blood Hunter. Oh, it's ringing real quick. Hello, Blood Hunter.
Hi.
Hey, congrats on the win there. Very nice win. Very nice win against Josh. So, I'm trying to think of some of the questions that we had like throughout the match and everything. It looked pretty straightforward. I think your decks were pretty well favored against Josh. But was there any moments that you're like, okay, whoa, hold on, what's going on here? against
Uh,
Josh here?
Basically, for me, that kind of moment was when I was looking at his deck list. I saw the heal zoo. Like, I mean, I understand people like it's good on ladder, but I personally do not think it is a good deck. I really think it is terrible. So that was the one thing that I was honestly afraid of because it actually had a couple good matchups. I was still favored, but I've had personally with statistics, I've had some unfavorable matchups against them.
All right. So so now you are 2-0. I gotta be honest. You have not lost in MCL season 1 or season 2 yet. You are currently undefeated through both seasons,
Yes, that is
I
correct.
believe. Correct. So definitely having a good start to this season. In position, you got any questions?
Yeah, so you're undefeated so far in the history of MCL, right? Pretty much at this point. Is there anything about the MCL format that you've been able to take advantage of to get to that point, as compared to like regular THL or Sylvanas League?
Um, for me, that my advantage is that I'm by myself. I work better alone than on a team.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm on a team, I have to work along with the structure of the captain and the other teammates.
Mm-hmm.
And don't get me wrong, I love being on a team. When I was on the Thermic Whims, we actually worked really great together. But it's more of a personal thing. Like, I mean, not personal, but it's just something I like.
Yeah,
Helps me think.
I got you. You don't have to worry about anything else. It's just you against the world, so to speak. And if you take some risks, if you want to do something out of the norm, you're just free to do it, and you're the only one who pays for it, right?
Right, exactly.
So, one question we had come during the match, and I'll be honest, I am not. Neither one of us had an exact answer on this, but I think you're running kind of the newer generation of Odd Rogue with the Void Rippers and the creature that gives immune to another creature, stuff like that. Do you know how that fares against kind of that traditional Odd Rogue in general? Is like because I think I came up with I think you were advantaged because of the taunts and everything else going up against just traditional Odd Rogue, but I didn't know if you had any data one way or the other
Um,
about that.
yeah, it actually does do quite a bit better than the traditional odd rogue, like especially in the mirror match, just because usually when without death speakers, you'd have to trade your minion, and most of the time your minion would die when trading. And this way, it allows you to keep your board even with a low hand size, and like just by one card, you're basically playing two cards within one because you are technically saving that card.
Yeah, that makes a lot of
All right,
sense.
makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. So, in position, you have any questions? Because I'm gonna try to while we're finishing up here, I'm gonna try to get Rakazar and Steffi in for their next match real quick. So,
Okay. Um, just one other one. I found your even warlock build very interesting with the drain souls and the tainted zealot. Is that something that you've worked on yourself, or did you see someone else having success with that?
That's something I've done by myself. I saw someone play like one Drain Soul, and I was like, well,
Mm-hmm.
that seems like a pretty good card. I don't
Yeah.
remember who it was. But I ended up running double and then Tainted Zealot. I tend to be more of a greedier player, so
Mm-hmm.
it's been working out for me. I've tried other versions. This gives me the best win rate, even with like I find a lot of people say I am playing a bad even Warlock. But my especially when I went to DreamHack Austin, people were like, "How does your even Warlock even get wins if you don't get 3 armor from that plated beetle?" I mean, for me, yeah, it just gives you. I think it's a lot more flexible than plated beetle is.
Yeah, the 3 armor is nothing if you're leaving 3 attack on the board. And certainly the Drain Soul, even with or without Tainted Zealot, can take more attack off the board than the plated beetle's giving you, right?
Yeah,
And
and it's really helpful in setting up the files against 3 health minions.
oh
Since the
yeah, I
even
can see
Warlock
that.
has trouble. Since even Warlock has trouble getting those Cobalt Librarians for the files against aggro decks,
Right.
it's really pretty easy to set up with Drain Soul.
Yeah, so like if a paladin drops a fungal mancer to make them 3/3s or something like that, it gets you your one. There's probably a lot of cases where that would come in handy. That's beautiful. Yeah, I like that. And is it ever anti-synergistic with Hook Reaver, or do you find that you get down to 15 pretty easy anyways?
Sometimes it can. can be like that. Most of the time, I'm able to get to Hooked Reaver a little bit easier. There have just been a couple games where I needed to play Drain Soul first, and then Hooked Reaver,
Mm-hmm.
but it usually doesn't conflict with each other that much.
Yeah. Worst comes to worst, a 4-mana 4/4 is not terrible.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, the only other one I noticed as far as your tech cards go is the Blood Mage in Malagos. A lot of people really think that's a bad idea. I don't know why they're so vitriolic about it, but I really like that as well. The swipe alone makes it worth it, but then with you got 2 Raz, you got your Jasper Spellstones and your Moonfire. I mean, why not, right?
Right. Actually, I wanted to get rid of Blood Mage Thanos from my deck, but I completely forgot first week
Oh, really?
and second week of the season. So I'm actually just gonna stick with it. I've been liking it. It's actually been helping quite a bit. This game I didn't use it, but on ladder it's been helping a lot.
Yeah, I like it in there. And I guess what would you even drop it for? Another Ultimate Infestation or something like that, or?
No, I feel like Ultimate Infestation is a bit too much. I've
Yeah.
played so many games. I honestly don't know what I would replace it with. Maybe an Innervate. I don't know.
Yeah, I can
Honestly,
see that.
it's something I've never really thought about.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. I appreciate you
Yeah,
letting
it's-
me pick your brain there on some of your choices.
Yeah, no, and congratulations on being undefeated 2-0 so far in this season for MCL. And any shout outs before we head on to the conquest match, or I should say Ragnaros League match?
Shoot, I wish I was more prepared for this. I guess we'll give a shout out to Kyoto Esports, the current team I'm on, and give a shout out to the people who support me on Twitch. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, excellent. All right, well, congratulations on your win again. As I think they are getting everything ready for our second match of the evening. So again, yeah, Bloodhunter, thanks for coming here. Good luck with the rest of the MCL season.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, thanks for being here.
Yep. Nice job, man. Thanks.
Nice job. All
All
right.
right.
So
I didn't know he was with Kyoto Esports. That's pretty exciting. Isn't that the same one that Sihon's with?
I believe it is.
Sihon?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
That
I
whole
believe
team, I've been watching some of this Oakland play. And
Yeah.
that whole team's been rocking it during this event. Sihon was like 7-0 last I saw.
Yeah, I think I saw he reverse sweep like the first round of the day today. I saw on during the stream is like he went down 0-2 pretty quickly, but I think he was whatever deck he was targeting, it worked out well for him. So
He's a great player. So
yeah, no, they're really great players and a great win over there by him versus Josh. So I'm seeing where they currently are. All right, so they are currently in the prepare to battle a friend.
okay,
phase.
you wanna?
So,
I'm gonna put the matchup chart up on
Sure.
the screen here for our viewers.
Yeah,
You wanna
absolutely.
walk through who's playing what?
Okay, so I guess a little bit of an update really quick. Let me find out where we are with this matchup to see if the other match has actually played or not. I don't think they have, the last time I checked at least. So, but we are looking at Steffi of Voter No Confidence facing off against Rakazar of Always Top Deck Lethal. Now, this has actually been a very tight match across the board right now. Just looking to see. Last I saw, it was 9-7 in favor of Voter No Confidence.
It still is.
And it still is. Okay, so there's been no change in that. So all right, so we're still waiting for the AO Sully the one match too. But Voter No Confidence with a win here can wrap this series up. Because even with a 3-2, if Steffi can win 3-2, it'll put them at 14 or 13 points for the week, 13-9, and even with a win by Sully the one, Voter No Confidence will win this matchup if they with 3 wins. If not, if Rakazar wins, it's going to go to that final match to figure out what's going to happen with this. But we're looking at Druid Paladin Shaman Warlock versus Druid Paladin Warlock Warrior. just looking kind of across the board here, stuff like that for this. Assuming you're going to be playing that paladin, I'm assuming your band's probably almost always going to be the warlock, correct? Like, whether it's cube or even, you probably don't want to face off against it.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was messaging. What was the question?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So we don't have bans yet. Still waiting for bans from the players. But we have a druid paladin, shaman warlock versus a druid paladin warlock warrior. And what I was kind of asking was,
Oh yeah.
Since we have dual paladins here, it makes a lot of sense that warlock might possibly be the ban here, because really there's only one paladin deck, and it's odd paladin.
Yeah, especially if your Khazar, you don't mind leaving the paladin up. It's almost like you planned for it, right? With that warrior.
Correct. With the warrior, correct.
So he's almost definitely going to ban warlock. Could ban druid, right? Certainly.
Yeah. If you think token druid is a possibility, then yes.
Yeah. But Steffi, I think she could, with the warrior in play, ban the paladin and try to go kind of anti-control with her builds. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, very well could be. So, well, yeah, because
okay, I got the bans too. Bans
we
just
have
came
bans.
in, so
Excellent. All right.
Steffi says she banned his paladin and he banned warlock.
Okay, so actually it worked out exactly as you said. With
yep. Yeah.
Ragnaros banning the warlock, Steffi banning the paladin. So with that paladin ban, I think you're correct. We're looking at a very control lineup here from Steffi.
Well, she's going to be like anti-control, right? Because she's got
anti-control,
yeah. Control, anti-control. It's almost the same thing, but yeah.
So that means that shaman maybe we might be seeing a little Shudderwalk this evening?
I would go Shudderwalk, yeah, if I was her. And she can actually probably direct target that warrior. Yeah,
she might be able to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for
cube warlock. Oh, that's banned anyway. So.
What? But maybe what brings up a lot of stuff for a possible taunt warrior is like. Well, I mean, token would make sense, but you could also do taunt druid.
Yeah, I think she goes taunt druid. I think for him, since he banned warlock, he could be token. He's probably right. Yeah.
Token. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get them to go ahead to get started with this match.
He could probably kind of try to target that shaman and then hope he can win with his warrior.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And just FYI, I think AO is playing. Steffi tells me at about 11 p.m. Eastern time tonight.
Okay, so this will either be the deciding match or it's going to go to that final match, as we will hopefully be off the air before 11 o'clock. Because, good Lord, please do not let this match go for 3 hours. So I've given them the go ahead to get started. So any other unique things that you think we might see with these lineups for Steffi and Ragnaros here?
No, I think we've covered it. The only thing that might surprise us, it could be any kind of druid from either ones, but we're all thinking odd paladin when we see the paladin, right?
Correct.
But being that she's targeting the warrior, maybe some other kind of paladin could work its way into the mix. I don't think so though.
Maybe. It's like I'm trying to think. Is there some sort of one-turn kill control paladin thing going on around that you've seen? I haven't seen one.
Be kind of risky for this. I mean, there is the old OTK paladin, and it's somewhat viable. I played quite a bit of it at the beginning of the season, but I don't think you go that route this late in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think so either. So it looks like they are in match. So who's going to be on the bottom?
Let's go. Steffi on the bottom. Steffi first.
All right. Excellent. All right, so let's get in game. So again, any idea on is there any deck that you're thinking from either one of them that's like try to do first, try to get the win immediately, and then hope the other decks do okay? Or is this more kind of a coin flip here?
Yeah, I can already see what they're playing, so it'd be I don't even want to guess. Steffi's
got
the druid.
I can see it's Warlock versus Druid.
But I think what you do, since you can pretty much randomize it, but why not just open with your best deck, right? And that may be what they're doing here.
So it looks like this is a even Warlock from Ragnaros. At least
a Spiteful Druid down here.
It might be this might be Spiteful Druid. I haven't seen a mind control tech in Druid in a while.
That's interesting. So Spiteful Druid, if you are targeting warrior, is a good druid to bring.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
All right. So for Ragnaros right now, it looks like it's probably just going to be tap, tap. See if you can get a Mountain Giant on turn 3 here, since you're on the coin.
And if not, you always got the Twilight Drake on 4.
For Steffi.
Yeah. She's going to have to hero power here, unfortunately. But I'm not sure how Spiteful Druid does against Even Warlock. I don't have a lot of experience with that one.
I mean, I would just logically, I would think with as big as some of the creatures are in Even Warlock, that I would think Even Warlock would be preferred. But let me.
But the thing is that Spiteful Druid has some pretty big bodies also. It's got a lot of them. Got Prince Kaliseth to make them even bigger.
Which Steffi just picked up.
Yep. Now she's worried about the Giant on 3, so she's thinking about maybe putting a Taunt up instead. But you got to go Prince every time here, right? And then for
you got to, yeah.
And then on 4 mana, you can throw up the Druid of the what's this thing called? Druid of the Sky, and then freeze the Giant to give yourself a chance to kill it on the next turn with your Druid of the Claw.
Well,
you just gotta hope she's not gonna have 2 of them.
Well, for Ragnaros, he does not have the Giant, but he's gonna throw out the Twilight Drake as a 4/9 immediately. But I think same principle applies. Oh, that's not something you want to see there, though. You really don't want to see your UIs until after you do your Spiteful Summoner. If this is a Spiteful Summoner deck, which we haven't seen yet either.
Other than the Prince, her draws have been extremely unfortunate. I mean, the Lich King, if she can make it though, they start looking really good. As long as she doesn't draw that second Ultimate Infestation, she does have a 4 mana play. She does have a 5 mana play. If she gets something for 6, Malfurion into Lich King is very rarely a bad sequence.
No, definitely not. So, all right. So
she's thinking about
gonna
attack with the Scythe or taunt it up here.
I think she's got to think taunt it, right? Because
there's no punish because it's not like Hellfire Defile is going to enable a Giant to go to her face or anything.
No.
She's not going to hero power here, is she? Nah.
All right, she's going to freeze the shard. It looks like it's probably going to be the taunt, I'm assuming. Yeah. And she does go with 2/4 taunt.
There's some merit to 4 attack if it was a Giant, because then you can 4 attack the Druid of the Call and kill the Giant. Gets punished by a second Giant, but what do you do, right?
It's like, is there any logic to Hellfire? You're holding both Spellstones in hand now. Is there any logic to Hellfire? And
there could be, but you have half a Defile set up here for you already. So if you do that, you're throwing away a free Defile, right?
Sure. Or Ragnaros might just be thinking another free 4/9. Or another 4/9, put 2 of them on board and say, okay, answer this.
Yeah, 4/9s are nice to have around.
All right, so Steffi now does pick up the Crypt Lord, buff to a 2/7, so she has a follow-up taunt to the first taunt. Unfortunately, she doesn't have any creatures to back it up, though.
I think it's got to be the Claw here. I just don't know if it's going to be the 4/6 or the 4/4. What you're worried about if you're her is that Defender, what's the taunt, the 2 mana 2/3 that comes down?
Oh, the Defender, or the Sun Fury Protector.
Sun Fury Protector. If that comes down with a Giant next turn, she's going to be in big trouble.
Yeah.
I wonder.
You know, I think you already have 1 taunt up. It's like, I'm trying to think if you actually make this a 4/6 or you just push face, because
I think I go 4/6 here because you're looking at 4 attack minions on the other side of the board and a possible Sun Fury Giant turn.
I would say, admittedly, one of the things she does have to constantly think about while she's thinking taunts and pushing face and everything else is if Ragnaros gets below 15, it's going to turn on the Foot Dreamer that's in his hand right now. So
I would have been
wow, speaking of punish, there you go.
Well, we'll see. I would have been tempted to attack in with the 2/1 and the 2/2 just because of Defile. But she's probably figuring if this goes really bad, this may end up being a race to the face. So she wanted to go ahead and get that in now.
Destroy.
I'm just trying to see because yeah, he could defile here. Defile would clear the 1/2. If she throws down the Sun Fury Protector and move it to 3/4, and then Ragnaros could push face with.
And she can
4 of
attack
it.
first to kill off the 4/6 with the defile. If she attacks first, no, she's not going to do that. Well, even attacking second, it kills it off anyway. So
Yeah, it kills everything off.
Yeah.
And she's still gonna throw. Okay, interesting. She's gonna instead of putting taunt on both of them, she's gonna protect the 4. Or Ragnaros gonna protect the 4/2, and
If this
the
was
only time
last,
the
if this was pre-nerf, that would have been a spiteful right on time.
yeah. Unfortunately, that one additional mana is gonna be a little bit of an issue here.
Yeah, so that's a super weak turn, and now Ragnaros is down to 15. Any reason to attack?
I can't think of. I mean, no, yeah. I mean, if you had a shot at the 4/2, that would be one thing, but not now.
This could get ugly here real quick.
I could see potentially throwing the 4/2 and the 2. No, you don't want a Hellfire here. I don't think, because it just makes your stuff too weak.
Yeah, I don't think you care too much about these minions that you have on board. That they've done their job. It's time to get the giant down, I think.
Yeah, I think it's time to throw down the Hooked Reaver here. And
You
the
could
4/2
always Argus and do some other things, but you think Hooked Reaver?
I'm thinking, yeah, I think 4. Well, I mean theoretically, yeah. Well, actually, yeah, I forgot the Mountain Giant. So, yeah, you could go ahead and do that Mountain Giant now too if you would like.
I mean, you tap first, right? No matter what.
Oh yeah,
unless,
absolutely.
Yeah, unless you're thinking about playing the Argent Commander, but all the more reason to tap. What does she have? Yeah, she has 9 cards in hand.
I mean, the taunt just makes the draw makes the Mountain Giant 1 more cheaper. Oh, okay, that's actually that was a decent draw if you wanted to
It'll be good
silence
later.
the Mountain Giant, but I think this is a little bit more reasonable. So
Yeah.
Oh.
There's nothing. That,
Oh! You gotta feel bad for Steffi there. Oh,
yeah. With the Spiteful in hand.
Oh,
You know what though? Like ever since the nerfs, though, it's not the end of the world, right?
No,
because
it's not.
Spiteful is so expensive as it is. She can go into Lich King if she gets anything to do on 9. Ultimate Infestation is still a great card.
No, it is. It's like I think really now the question that Steffi's probably asking is taunt or
She got to go
poisonous.
taunt.
She actually goes poisonous,
Oh.
which unfortunately Hellfire is gonna.
I guess she
Make that
figures
hurt.
Hellfire kills off his board too, so maybe there's some merit.
Yeah, the problem is though Hellfire. It
Actually, this is
does-
better. Actually, this is better straight up because. No, well, she's taking 8 to the face now. With the taunts, she might not have taken that 8 to the face.
She's at least she's taking 14 to the face because all these are going to go face first regardless of whatever Ragnaros does.
Yeah, good point.
Oh, actually,
she's
okay.
gonna. Okay.
Okay, this
I mean,
works too.
Ragnaros gonna.
So, yeah, that makes all right. So that makes sense. Is like use the Divine Shield to your advantage here. So
And save your minions, save the Hellfire.
So I think the
Although
real
I'm sure-
question,
yeah.
the real question I think here for Steffi now is: do you throw out the Lich King knowing it is going to be killed the next turn, and there's nothing you can do about it, or
What else are you gonna do? You're
Glacier
gonna
Shard
freeze.
Glacier Shard the Giant and tempo out a Spiteful Summoner, or use your hero power to take down the Twilight Drake?
Yeah, the problem with this is that you're just gonna be in a worse position next turn.
But actually, wait a minute.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to play the Lich King. Depending on what cards you get from it, it either saves you or it doesn't.
Your magic shall not
Ouch.
Oh, actually, yeah, this is gonna be 12. Oh, second Spiteful. Admittedly,
Right, so
Steffi
that's-
has had a little bad luck with this one, drawing both UIs and everything else. But
Yeah, she had bad
Um,
draws from the start, and probably nothing she could have done different that would have saved her.
Masterful.
oh, And there's a little BM for that. So, all right, Ragnaros wins game. Ragnaros wins game number 1 with the Warlock.
Oh, I didn't do the bans on the things here. Whose paladin got banned? Let me see. So Steffi's.
Ragnaros' paladin got banned. Steffi's Warlock got banned.
Steffi's Warlock got banned. All right. Yeah, I wouldn't have called that BM down the stretch. Just some jovial.
Yeah.
And when you're the one losing, it's very difficult to BM unless you're just roping down the stretch or something.
Yeah. But admittedly, yeah, it's not hard to beat Spiteful Druid when your opponent, draws both UIs.
Right. And I don't think she really had big designs to beat the Warlock as it was. I think you have to take your lumps. I think she's looking to beat that Warrior. And any other wins that she can get along the way are nice to haves.
Well, Steffi is going to try again with the Druid. And this time, Ragnaros does move into the Warrior. So this is the one that Steffi really needs to win this game here. And I think it is favored.
And she got rid of that ultimate infestation faster than...
Yeah.
I haven't seen the charts, but in my experience, Spiteful Druid is favored against Warrior.
All right. Looks like Ragnaros are still deciding what things he would like to mulligan here.
I'm going to hit mute and go grab a drink. I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good. So, of course, I think keep the quest in this matchup here, but and I think the Serenite Pinging is probably going to be kept. So the Brawl is kind of the maybe not. Shield Block probably wouldn't hurt here to give a little card draw. So we'll see what Ragnaros decides he would like to choose from the options. All right, he's going to send this Shield Block and the Brawl back, and he's going to get the Shield Slam and Acolyte of Pain for a little bit of card draw eventually. So Steffi, turn 1 has a Firefly, and she's actually got a little bit of ramp, so she should be able to get the Greedy Sprite should be able to allow her to cast Spiteful Summoner on turn 6 if everything goes according to plan. All right, looks like Steffi's probably gonna. All right, and toss out the second Flame Elemental here. Get a little wider on the board. Ragnaros is actually going to throw out the Acolyte of Pain because right now everything that's on board will draw at least a little bit. But it does set up very nicely for Druid to decide if Steffi would like to rush it and ensure that the Acolyte only gets 1 draw. And it does appear that's the route she's going to take here to prevent any future drawing besides the 1. And
I'm back.
Pushing face here. So.
And that is what you got to do in that case. You would love to get that Greedy Sprite out, but the fewer cards you can give this Warrior, the better.
Absolutely. For Ragnaros, he does have a Stonehill Defender, so he'll get 1 taunt for his quest, and we get a second one. So, which do you like here? You're holding Brawl in hand. I could see Corner Sentry being an option.
Yeah,
especially
you love the Corner
the
Sentry, but that Lich King's very hard to turn down.
Agreed. I think this is a Lich King all the way here.
He does have a Brawl in hand, so that Corner Sentry Brawl later on to connect with one of his hero powers. It's always very nice, right?
Yeah. But I don't think it's... I mean, I think you have stuff in hand to do until turn 8.
It's just so hard to turn down a Lich King any time, so...
Yeah. I think it's Lich King, but it's probably closer than I want to give credit for. Ragnaros does take the Lich King, so get the big minion on board.
He runs Primordial Drake, huh? Okay. You might have been expecting like a token Druid or something.
Could be.
Like that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't do a whole lot in this matchup with Spiteful, but...
So if she was targeting Druid, I'm kind of surprised to see like Vicious Fledgling in there. Might have been better off swapping that out for a Black Knight or something like that. But
oh yeah.
So do you go for the ramp here, or do you play on curve with the Serenite Chain Gang? Go for the ramp, right? Yeah.
I think you go for the ramp here. Yeah, I think you have to go for the ramp.
You got the Spiteful Summoner in hand. You kept it in the mulligan, actually. So to go to 6 mana next turn would be nice. And if he doesn't kill it for you, then you can kill it yourself, and you get to 7 1 turn earlier than you would have otherwise.
Which brings up an interesting option for Rakazar here. Is like, all right, yeah, he's going to do the Serenite chain
Serenite
here.
every time. Yep.
Yeah, and that'll allow the Greedy Sprite to kill itself and ramp, so that next turn will be the Spiteful Summoner turn.
Yep. This
This time, no UIs in hand.
And I think you can get your Crypt Lord down at this point. If you really
I'm
want to
thinking
disrupt,
Crypt
yeah,
Lord
the
or
Fledgling, yeah.
Yeah, I like the Fledgling. It's like, at the very least, it's a lightning rod.
Right.
Because I don't think Rakazar is actually going to try to. I think Rakazar needs to set up something that, and he actually gets a good answer for it right away, which is Tar Creeper.
Yep. So not quite as disruptive as you wanted it to be, but
I think Steffi definitely Spiteful Summoner here. You can't hold it to just Spellbreaker and push 3 to 6 potentially if you get Wind Fury.
I think you could think about Crypt Lord Spellbreaker, though.
That is an option.
Oh, okay. So I guess Arcazar is Ryan Kazar.
Oh, okay. It's like, I wonder where the name came from. Like,
I always did too.
all right, yeah.
That tip came from one of our viewers, Blue Spartan.
What to do?
So it's Arcazar, not Rakazar or whatever we've been.
Right.
Actually,
So
Steffi does it.
Yep.
She's gonna go with this line here. So
I don't mind
she's
it
gonna
because this is gonna force an answer from Ryan Kazar.
Ryan
Okay.
Kazar. They can go, can't be targeted spells or hero powers, which seems reasonable.
So
Unfortunately,
now when she does play the Spiteful, hopefully like there's a execute down or a brawl down or something.
So I think the question that probably Ryan Kazar is asking himself right now is this a brawlable board? And it does not appear so. It looks like he's going to triple echo to kill both the Vicious Fledgling and the Spellbreaker this turn.
That's pretty
way
clean.
they-
Yeah, you don't want to. You would love to save your brawl for when you get your hero power online if you could.
True.
You would also like to
Yeah.
save your Warpath for when you have Acolyte down, but unfortunately for him, he's not going to have that luxury. So that's exactly the kind of response that Steffi was going for when she did that
Yeah.
turn last time.
Yep. And now Steffi will Spiteful Summoner.
Yep.
And she will get one of them at least because one's in hand now. So.
That's a
Oh,
good
that
one.
is Deathwing.
Pretty much the
Now-
second best one you could get.
Okay, so now our Ryan Kazar has a couple of different options here. He could Acolyte, Warpath, and execute Deathwing if he would like. It does appear that he's going to go that route.
Yeah. Let's pay attention to that. That's the second Warpath, right?
That is the second Warpath.
So against Druid, once they play the Ultimate Infestation, they can start putting down minions quick. So later on in the game, that hero power becomes less effective for the warrior, and without a Warpath to clear things out, he's relying now on his last 2 brawls, pretty much his
Yep.
only wide board clears.
Nice to meet you.
I guess for Steffi here, I'm thinking she's maybe thinking throwing down the and Steffi's not playing into the brawl by throwing out the Serenite Chain Gang here.
I don't know about that. I think she could have played into that. Just to, if you force a brawl out now, going into your Ultimate Infestation turn, it's not a bad thing. I mean, you're about to get a bunch of cards.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also good to have extra things once the hero power gets online for the warrior. So she may have been looking ahead.
The UI King killed the Lich King here, of course.
Yep.
Really, she wants to see the second Spiteful Summoner and not UI, which she did not see.
Right, and she is staying very aggressive at this point. She could have taken out the Lich King with the 4/3 and then cleaned up the whole board, but she's smelling blood.
Yep. So for our Keezer, he's at 407 quest right now. Actually, I think. All right, it looks like he's gonna corner century. I wonder if he's gonna corner century brawl here.
Corner Sentry,
Oh, no,
dry Whisker, and then either Brawl or Taunt Up.
I'll actually get another draw with that too. So
Oh, drawing
Okay, well,
last,
actually
always nice.
with that, actually, that's probably. I mean, admittedly, he couldn't draw until he did the.
I hope he attacks with his
corner
minion
century
before
anyway.
he plays this.
Yeah, yeah. Normally,
got-
normally we. I say normally
There
we
he
say
goes.
no to drawing. Normally say no to drawing last, but.
I
but
think
in
I
this
would have
case,
liked to see. Yeah, in this case it worked out for him. I would have liked to see the 1/1 go into the. Oh, he's gonna. Okay, he's gonna shield slam that one.
He's gonna clear. He's gonna full clear this board.
He's expending a lot of resources against an opponent he just saw draw 5 cards. So perhaps he had to do it, but perhaps it's going to make it difficult for him down the road as another Spiteful Summoner gets played here.
Yeah, I think this is the other reasonable play here. So, because you don't really want to take a chance at. Now, these things seem to run in pairs, so let's see if he gets Deathwing. She gets Deathwing again. That's Emerus.
Yep.
No, that's about your average 8/8 for this one. So,
You don't mind it. You still have 3 nice minions on board. You're going to force the warrior to do something about that. Question is what? You got another sentry and some whirlwinds to get rid of his guys.
because really now that both Spiteful Summoners are out, these are the last of the big creatures, right? I mean, everything
Yeah.
else is gonna be like.
So
For, this might be the board to Century Brawl.
you could complete your quest here also.
You could.
Cornered sentry, swing the whirlwind,
Maybe.
put the tar creeper down, equip your weapon, and hope you hit the 8/8. Something like that could be done.
Could be that.
Nice little raptors.
Oh, okay. I like this better.
Okay, yeah. Same thing, completes the quest, but there's additional taunts in the way. Actually, you can, Ragnaros can even trade into.
A little bit of missequence, but that's all right. I mean, he had a lot to think about that turn.
All right, so Stephanie saw the quest completed. My guess is her plan is going to be flood the board as much as possible here, but she has not seen a brawl, so she doesn't want to. She wants to be a little careful on this.
Yeah, and I take it back. That wasn't a missequence because I think he had to do the Drake first to get rid of the taunt that was in the way before swinging. I think.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I think so. So for Stephanie, could she make the Crypt Lord survive a rag shot? Let's see. She would have to play 3 creatures. She could do Crypt Lord, Changang, and maybe something else to give it a shot at surviving.
Fungal Mancer, maybe. I mean, she could even start throwing out. She's already seen a lot of whirlwinds, right?
Waits for no one.
The
Yes.
Warpass and all that stuff. So she could think about playing some Fireflies
The scourge will devour
with the Fungal Mancer.
Oh yeah, that works. Yeah,
Maybe
she's
just
gonna
one
probably toss out
Firefly,
a few
yeah.
Fireflies. Yeah, this works.
One or two. She knows that the quest is complete, so the more minions she has. What did he draw? Oh, he drew the slam.
I don't know. Slam. I mean, technically, Slam Blood Razor will kill the Emerus.
I think you're happy
Here.
with that.
Yeah,
You
I think
can
so.
whirlwind for 2 damage if you equip the one weapon and then the second weapon to get your hero power online. You can take out all of his minions except for the taunt. Oh, you can execute that.
Yeah. I think I would like to see Ragnaros probably put into the 2-1 instead
Yeah.
of losing a minion there. But
Yeah, he could have done that. Value traded and then attacked into the 2-1. All right.
Ragnaros is being very judicious about that brawl. Basically, he's wanting to save it. He's waiting for Steffi to overcommit,
And wisely so.
and wisely so.
It is a shame he had to get rid of one of his shield slams and both his warpaths earlier. But Seffi's now free to rebuild. And she has a good 3 or 4 more boards of rebuild. Which is going to make it very tough.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, she has a bunch of great things in hand to rebuild the board.
What to do?
You ever charge the Druid of the Claw into here? Or do you save that for surprise lethal at the end? I mean, she could silence and go face, something like that, but I don't think it would
Yeah.
yet.
I think that's probably a little
Yeah.
overkill for this point.
Yeah, Serenite matches up real well with the 2 attack against a 2 health minion. Oh, she is gonna go ahead and throw this guy into the mix. I don't know if I like that. Just from the standpoint of she already had 2 attack minions to face. Well, but then they would die against the whirlwind. So actually that makes sense. She has seen 1 primordial drake, so she has to be a little bit concerned if he's running 2. Most people don't. If you run 1, you run 1.
Yep. All right, you can gain some armor and see what can get eliminated here with the brawl. So this is the first brawl. All right, so that's okay because it will die to the whirlwind.
Yeah.
And now you can switch that up with Sulfuris, and we have 8 damage hero power.
And we have
Now UI. Now there's only 9 cards currently in Steffi's deck, so she can UI, but she's gonna be drawing most of her deck if she does.
I think you do it. You do it now. See what you got, and just try to be aggressive from here on out.
Oh, she's playing Grand Archivist too. Unfortunately, the Grand Archivist does not. Well, again, we just saw both of them, so it does not do anything.
Well, what's important for her at this point is minions on board, so it does at least provide a body that could deflect some damage.
So the question for Arcazar, and he can't really face anything right now. He's still only at 17 health, so
It's gonna build a wall.
yeah, Frostmourne sounds nice. Problem is, that's 5 to the face and puts him at 12. So for Steffi, there's 1 card in hand. So, or for Steffi, looking at Arcazar, he has 1 card in hand.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And
the
it's the Lich
question
King
is-
card if she was paying attention.
it is. So she knows it's not the brawl at the moment. So I'm wondering if this is the turn she puts a bunch of stuff out. Well, she's gonna put her own Lich King out.
I like it.
And it's like, yeah.
You know
I
what?
like it too.
She didn't need, if she's gonna do Lich King, she didn't need to freeze face.
No.
Because you don't mind him attacking into your Lich King with his
That
face at
is
this point.
Death Grip, so... Well, that's the first Phantom Militia I believe we've seen, so Death Grip could potentially get her a Phantom Militia.
Okay, I think we're going to see the mind controls come into play here, and
Oh, yeah, here we
Ragnaros
go.
probably didn't think about that before he made that play, and that's a very nice draw.
Yep, Gluttonous Ooze and Mind Control Tech. This is going to be really nice for Steffi.
Now, little does she know that he has a Frostmourne in hand, so I think she just goes ahead and plays it, but she's got to be worried about the second brawl.
Yeah, it's like there's no way I think she knows that the Ragnaros is holding a weapon in hand.
And she, yeah, though, I mean, the very limited chance. She knows it's one of the options, and he hasn't played the Death Knight card, but I think you go ahead and get rid of this one while you can. You're not worried about, what's the Garrosh weapon?
It's not Frostmourne. It's
Garrosh, the Death Knight, right? Or,
yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. It's Shadowmourne, I believe.
Okay.
I
She's
believe
not
that's
worried
the
about
name.
that, though, because that takes the...
He hero power away.
Die insect away. So
Yeah.
now she is going to overdraw.
Another
No,
death grip.
that's actually good for her though, because she was losing the fatigue race, and it gets her back. It shouldn't go that far, and it probably won't at this point. And this is why Spiteful Druid's favored, because you get to this point in the game, yeah, it's an 8-mana hero power every turn, but if it's hitting 3/3 minions,
It's not doing anything. So
not
okay.
really. It might as well be a 3-mana hero power, right? So you're looking at a Warlock or something like that.
Yeah, and actually, Steffi this turn, if she wants to use the Spellbreaker to take out Tar Creeper, she can push 10, 15,
10,
18 to the
18.
face. Actually,
she
no,
have
is this
anything
lethal?
else?
Yeah, the hero power. I think this is
But she
lethal if
can't
she
do both.
I wonder.
Spellbreaker, hero power.
But she can't 3-mana hero power, because she can't get the Malfurion down and Spellbreaker.
No, I'm just talking about regular hero power. I don't even think she needs Malfurion, to be perfectly honest. But
Oh,
that
you
should be
mean with
well
the
over,
Fungal
that should
Mancer.
be
Yeah,
well
yeah,
over
yeah.
lethal. Yeah. Yeah, that works too. All right, so Steffi. Wait, did I miscalculate? Oh, I miscalculated. I was going from 17. It's 27. All right, but still, though, quite a big board. And that's definitely.
Yeah, that's exactly what she wanted.
Yep. Arcazar does pick up the brawl, so you can clear
It's a
off
nice top
something
deck,
here.
but if it doesn't hit the minion, she wins.
It hits the minion.
Okay.
Of my jungle.
All right, so for Arcazar, couple options there, I think.
Yeah. Now, our Kazar has 2 cards in deck. Do you think about Death Grip to take, you know what I mean, to say,
Has Arcade? Oh, yeah, of course, Arcazar's played his Lich King because he has Frostmourne in hand.
right?
I'm out.
But the Lich King that he played was the one from Stonehill.
I don't know if that's the worst 30th card, but it's got to rank up there. It's one of the
Okay.
worst 30th cards.
So that's a nice sequence, and she's got the charge.
Oh, actually, this is lethal.
Yep, she did it.
With the charge.
Yep.
All right, so Steffi does win game number 2 with Spiteful Druid. So we are tied at 1-1.
And that was just expertly navigated. And you can see why Spiteful Druid's favored there in that matchup. In the right hands. So now
All
Steffi
right.
goes up. Yep, 1-1. Is that right?
It's 1-1 now. Yeah, Steffi has won with the Druid. Kazar has won with the Warlock. So it's a question as to what's the next deck they're gonna try to bring out here. Because we said really the thing that's being targeted is that Warrior. So I wonder if Arcazar brings it out, and he does not. He goes to the Druid.
Yeah.
For Doomhammer.
And I would say this appears to be Token from the first look at it, because I don't think Taunt runs Arcane Tyrants, at least not the last time, and it definitely doesn't run Spreading Plague, because that would be terrible. So yeah, I think we're looking at Token here. Up against Steffi's.
Yeah, it's definitely Token. And she's running
against
Shadowwalk.
Shutterwalk. Yep. So Token Druid versus Shutterwalk Shaman is, let's see, kind of going back to that matchup chart that we were looking at. I guess it depends on how aggro of a start they can get. Let's
Looks
see.
like Token Druid is 65%.
Okay, so yeah, so heavily favored for our Token Druid here.
And that's the baseline, right? So if she's running, Abominations or Wild Pyromancers or, other techs that would do her a favor in this matchup, it could change significantly, but on the average, 65 towards Ryan here.
All right, so no turn 1 for Ragnaros. Okay, well, Black Knight. So yeah, this lineup was definitely tailored to the Taunt Warrior matchup, the Quest Warrior. We see a Black Knight in Steffi's hand here.
Or even Taunt Druid if she thought.
Or Taunt Druid, yeah. All right, so Arcazar looks like he's just going to go ahead and clear off the Glacial Shard here. And pass after that. So, okay, Urshock. I don't think this is the matchup for Urshock necessarily, but I guess they can clear one of the Wisp if it has a if it has the 2/2 on death.
Yeah, you could silence
Or
the
behind
teacher if you needed to in a pinch.
You could.
I'm thinking ooze here though, just tempo it out.
Yeah, likely unless this is some sort of Malagos druid, you're not gonna see. Okay, she's actually just gonna hear. I think as soon as she gets the clue that this is not a Malagos druid, that ooze is probably going to come down after that. So for Arcazar, he actually has a couple options. He could coin Oaken Summons here, if you're like, but it looks like he's just going to clear the Searing Totem.
Yeah, because he has the Nourish in hand, so he may be looking at coin Nourish next turn instead.
Could be.
He's not under any kind of pressure whatsoever. He's got to know this is a Shadow Walk at this point, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, as soon as Gin didn't pop up,
Right.
The assumption is this is not Shutterwalk, but actually, it looks like he's gonna go the Violet Teacher route here. I almost want to see him Oaken Summons because he has a one. If it's a normal deck list, he has a 50% chance of pulling the second Violet Teacher anyway.
He does have one Spellstone in hand for that as well.
Now how
Yeah.
about
All right, so let's go that route, and it looks like he's going to get the second Violent Teacher.
Yeah. If it sticks, then he can nourish into coin and shenanigans and all that kind of stuff. So.
Oh yeah, he can do a whole bunch of crazy stuff next turn if he can get it to stick. So.
It's worth the risk, and it demands a response. So. Steffi, unfortunately, won't be able to play the Acolyte unless she Earthshocks it. And it might be worth the Earthshock here, but.
Could be.
Earthshock, freeze it so it doesn't get a free kill on the Acolyte, and then you get the Volcano going next turn. But the Volcanoes are important in this matchup.
Yeah. Well, and we know I mean, if she throws out the Acolyte is going to eat the Jasper Spellstone here. So.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's already powered up. It's powered up.
Is it powered up already? Oh yeah, because
it's powered up. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the Oaken Summon. So.
Yeah. So nourish into Jasper. But getting rid of the Jasper is pretty good too.
It is, yeah. Okay, she's actually going to go the Hex route.
Fair enough. Straightforward. Reasonable
plus
play.
There's not a lot of great Hex targets in this deck to begin with. So, I mean...
Right. If you're going to Hex anything, that's the one that you Hex here.
Yeah.
And so now she's probably looking at Acolyte Volcano, hopefully on turn 8, if things don't get out of hand before then.
I think that seems reasonable. Alright, so Arcazar is going to Nourish Fermina, and we'll set up... Unfortunately, he doesn't really have either of his combo pieces right now with the Whispering Woods and Call of the Forest. But... Steffi does have the Glacial Shard to freeze this.
Now that she knows that it's token, she's free to get that ooze out there should she desire. Okay.
But does she know?
She saw the teacher, so. And turn 8, she might be expecting a wisps with the Soul of the Forest. So this sets up the Volcano.
It does. Actually, I sort of like. I think Arcazar right now is looking at Violet Teacher Swipe. I think that seems very reasonable for this turn. It's like
I don't know what other 4-mana minions he has for that Oaken Summons, but certainly if you're going to be swiping, Violet Teacher would be the one to go with that.
I must say, I believe the other 4-mana. I think there's usually one of the 3/6 that you can't attack unless you have 3 armor.
Golem. Okay.
Golem. Yeah. Usually there's one. Most decks.
A lot of them. Yeah.
Have run one. All right. So Arcazar is going to go the Swipe and Violet Teacher route to get a 1/1 out of it.
Okay.
So Steffi has a couple different options here.
Yeah.
she hexed the first Violet teacher, so I wouldn't be shocked to see her hex the second one too.
Yeah,
Here,
you've already
but-
seen one Arcane Tyrant. You know there's going to be a 5/5 on the board eventually. But if you hex it, you're leaving 3 minions up.
Mhm.
Going into turn 9, you didn't see the Wisp Soul last turn, so maybe you're thinking you're not going to see it next turn. I always get so paranoid in this situation, though. It's like, you leave any kind of minions on board, each one of those is a Soul of the Forest target, you know?
All right, so Arcazar is going to coin out UI here, which I think is reasonable. Kills the 3/3. He's really looking for the second Arcane Tyrant to come to hand, because if it doesn't, then I think he's going to overdraw next turn.
It doesn't. I mean, you don't mind overdrawing here, though, right? So she is running the Wild Pyromancers.
Okay.
TC-130 into dislocator.
That is a Pyromancer. So that Pyromancer has to be a tech for possible token. I think that's the only way it's got to be there.
I don't know about the mind control here. I would have been real tempted to Volcano.
Yeah, it's like, I think Volcano would probably have been a little nicer.
My hand overflows.
Yeah.
I mean, your
Raph,
opponent has
you know,
10. You're thinking they got Soul of the Forest. Now, lucky for her, it's not the case,
he
right?
doesn't-
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have it yet. Now, for Arcazar, he could clear this again. He has actually several different options on how to clear this.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Swipe
hold
would probably be the most straightforward way to clear this.
Mm-hmm. It may be nice to get you Malfurion down at some point.
Could be, yeah. This might be a good Malfurion turn too.
With Power of the Wild, maybe a Jasper Spellstone here or there. I mean, he could push 9 damage this turn if he wanted to, easily.
Now, how about
Probably more.
I gotta say,
And clear
I
the
think
board.
I sort of like the Malfurion play. I think here because, sure you'll take 3 to the face from probably the mind control type, but you still clear it and you keep most of your board relatively healthy.
Yeah. The mind control, yeah.
But it looks like Arcazar is actually going to go the swipe route.
You think he'll Spellstone to get the face damage in, or just build up his board a little bit here? Oh.
Oh, did he get the attack in? What did he get in?
Oh.
Here. Oh, that's it. Okay. Well, actually, this seems like a pretty decent Grumble board right now. You'll get your Serenite Chain Gang back, and you can cast it again immediately.
Yeah, I don't mind that. That's pretty good. 11 damage on board is kind of scary, but you got to get your Grumble down.
So now I believe Steffi is really just missing, of course, Shudderwalk, and we haven't seen a Life Drinker yet.
Yep, and she hasn't really gotten her draw going very well here. Really unfortunate for Arcazar to have missed all that damage. He could have brought the face.
Well, there's Whispering Woods, but he's still missing Call of the Force.
Yep.
Right now.
Okay, now he's gonna Malfurion.
I'm about to say, and I think in this
See,
case,
11. If he Spellstone, Savage Roar, how much damage would that be? Plus the Oaken Summon. Does he have lethal? No.
No, not yet. No.
3.
It looks like he's gonna go with the
4,
taunts.
5 times 3 is 15. Plus 11.
Whoa. Oh.
Nah, he had lethal, I think.
I don't know if he had lethal or not, but I don't know about. Well, I mean, I guess technically this keeps his board around. But that's a rough way to go about doing that. Okay, so for Steffi,
Hagatha
I think this.
Urshot. Or she could
Hagatha
even Volcano.
I think this is just Volcano turn here. I think it's time to
17 on board, so she can Volcano, Wild Pyromancer, Urshot.
What to do?
I don't think she would need to do that right now because there's
17.
Oh, actually,
so-
right now it doesn't clear it. Yeah, you're right.
I think, let me see, he had 11 showing. Savage Roars 2 each, plus 2 each from the Branching Path is 4 each. times 3 is 12 plus 11.
Oh,
And
You know what?
then with the hero power,
Actually, no, I think you're right. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it.
I think it might have been one short because the branching path doesn't give it to your hero. So maybe 2 short even.
Okay, well, it's gonna leave the 1/2s on the board, so it clears up the major threats on board at least. Arcasa is really looking for Call of the Forest here.
Yeah, it's like, how many cards is he?
Soul of the Forest.
9 cards left, and there it is.
There it is. That's what he was looking for.
Yeah. So if Steffi can't clear this, it's definitely, I don't even have to do the maths on this one. It would be lethal next turn. But,
okay, so
look, she can Wild Pyromancer, Healing Rain, and then Volcano everything. That's a perfect draw for her right there.
yeah, I think this probably clears up. Gonna have to sequence this. Oh, that's not that helpful.
No. But, I mean, these are the cards that she has in here for this matchup, and she drew them right at the right time. And unfortunately, Arcazar got that Soul of the Forest so late.
Okay, so now unfortunately, I don't think the second Wild Pyromancer thing is going to trigger because it's going to likely die to the volcano. I think, right?
Yeah.
But that's only going to leave 4/4. So
Now, a second wave of that, and she's going to have a real hard time dealing.
yeah, and he doesn't have it yet. Unfortunately, he's actually thinking about throwing out a Spreading Plague for 1/1/5, which
He's going to draw a
actually,
Titus.
he's going to draw. Well, there's UI.
So he doesn't need to draw anymore, but he's going to.
There's
anyway.
There's the second Whispering Woods.
I guess
Problem is,
he doesn't want to play the UI, I guess, because he only has 6. Okay.
Yeah.
You saw both volcanoes now, right? Was that the second one?
I believe only one.
Okay, alright. So he's banking on she doesn't have it.
Well, there's a lightning storm. That's about as good.
Oh, man. So go ahead and throw your Black Knight out first, maybe, to see what you get, but... Oh, no, she was overloaded. Okay.
Alright.
Such a good draw, though, right there. Now, he's got the Soul of the Forest. So he's thinking, this is gonna stick.
Which he thinks that, but let's see. Well, there's Shudderwalk. Unfortunately, still no Life Drinker, so this is not comboable yet. But you can use the Black Knight and see what he gets off of it.
He's hoping for an Earth Shock would be nice. It does kill the taunt, so that's fortunate.
I should say she is thinking that right now, at least.
Oh
So-
yeah. Sorry.
Said he is like she's thinking.
I was thinking he because I was thinking Black Knight.
None shall
Okay.
Okay, that's Discover Battlecry menu.
You can take Skull King guys here every time, right?
Skulking Guys, I think is definitely the answer here.
I mean, you've already seen one Spellstone, I think. Well, I mean, it only kills one Spellstone. I don't know what other one mana things. They don't run Naturalize. Yeah, so she's gonna try to go wide.
Yeah, Ragnaros gonna try to go wide here for this. So let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, how much? Okay, so if Steffi does not clear this, this is well over lethal now.
Did she get a chain gain?
She's got one already. Yes. Oh wow, that's.
You just gotta Shadow Walk and hope some miracle happens that you haven't played yet.
Well, I mean, I think I believe both Glacial Shards.
The mighty
took it.
Chorkag. She
Problem
play
is, yeah,
another
they both
one.
go up to the.
Oh, I forgot about
Oh!
Agatha. She's gonna clear the board.
And she's gonna clear the board. What a pickup, Vice!
Oh wow.
Who said you need what is it?
Zola.
Zola or Life Drinker. You don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need life. Not in this one.
My jaws that lie.
She's gonna clear the board every time now. This game's over.
Yeah, it's over. Yeah, no, there's no way. There's no way
yeah.
that Arcazar can win from here.
Nope, because she's gonna clear and freeze every turn.
Now he can put up a couple taunts and he can kill one of them, but
It's not gonna help.
no, it's not gonna help. And if a Life Drinker comes off the top of the deck, then that's also gain life lethal there too. She can even farsight it. She can farsight it if she wants to try to find it first, before she starts trying to go off.
Yeah. It's good to get that out of your hand anyways. Try to clear a room for more 1-mana Shadowwalks.
Yeah.
I'd even throw out the Rock Biter here.
Well, that does help draw.
Just to clear
But
out.
But there's nothing
really
for the whole
don't need
Shutterwalk
draw.
plan. It's holding 9 cards, so as long as, well, it doesn't matter which way. She'll lose a couple of these, but she will get one of the 3 ones back at least. Oh, and the Black Knight Battle
yeah.
Cry gets in there again.
Why would you play the 5/5?
Because she's now trying to draw.
No. This is not good. You want as many Shadowwalks in hand at this point as possible.
Well, she
By
already has
playing minions,
4,
you're filling up your hand. Oh, maybe
Well, there
she's
you go.
trying to get
Touch him at might.
She's trying to get spells that she can get rid of.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right. So
Yeah. Okay.
Arcazar gives it up. So Stephanie goes up 2-1, and she is, I believe, only left with her
Paladin.
Paladin.
Mm-hmm.
So Paladin's going to be the last thing. Now, of course, Paladin into things like Token Druid is going to be a rough matchup.
Yeah. Into the Taunt Warrior could be a rough matchup as well.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's less than 20% win for Odd Paladin. It looks like here.
Let's see what she got up her sleeve though, because she's got to be thinking about this all week. This is the key matchup.
This is Murloc.
Murloc. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
All right, so this is Murloc Paladin, and now I will say I don't know how much better the Murloc is. It does give you access to Call to Arms at least, but
It's a lot better too, because you got the Blessing of Kings and things like that can get you out of the range that Warrior can whirlwind you down before you kill him.
True, very true.
Yeah, she's gonna mulligan her whole hand here. Try to look for that 1-drop, the 2-drop, and the 3-drop, and just like magic, she gets it.
Nice. Yeah. Oh yeah. My God, that's the dream curve for Murloc.
Yep.
Murloc Paladin. It's like, what are you gonna do turn 1? Oh, you're gonna play Fire Plume's Heart? Okay, I'll hit
What
you
she
with for 3
really
on turn
wants
6.
now, what she really wants now is to try to get some health on these. If she
Yeah,
picks
she
up
needs
like,
her cold lights here.
Cold
Is that
Light Seer would be good. And what's the Beast at 4 mana?
So many.
It's Gentle Megasaur.
Yeah.
That's the Adapt Your Murlocs.
Right. I'm surprised she didn't keep the Maul, but she was really hard mulling for this early game that she got. The Maul can give you Divine Shield, and that could be huge.
Well, there's one way to clear it, is coin out a slam.
You got to do it, right?
You gotta do it, yeah. No, you can't let that.
That's a really heads-up play.
Yes. Yeah, you can't let, you know, more likely than not, something bad is going to happen on 2, and Rockpool Hunter is about as bad as it can get.
Yep. So, he got rid of the coin, no big deal. You could throw this out now. Doesn't even need to.
But now you slam to draw,
Yep.
setting up a warpath later on.
Or maybe even just play the Acolyte. It kills it straight up. But yeah, now he's probably not going to do that.
No, now... Oh, he has a Stonehill Defender, which would help here. Problem is he hasn't played Fire Plume's Heart yet.
I don't think you want to waste a Warpath on one minion.
2-1. No,
Yeah.
I don't think so either. I could see maybe a shield block turn to see what you get.
I don't know. That's only 5 armor compared to you can 2 armor here with your quest online. You've already
Yeah,
disrupted him.
Yes. So I think I think
block,
I
if
like
you-
that. Fire.
Yeah, I think you play your quest now. He's gonna play. Okay, all right.
My jungle.
Well, none of those are excellent options.
I just take.
I
the
guess it
cheapest
just
one.
depends on. Yeah, I take the cheapest one. Yeah, I take the Sunwalker.
Yep.
Oh, there's the Gentle Megasaur. So
Hmm.
you want to talk about putting some health on some Murlocs? He can do it.
Yep.
She can do it. Steffi can do it right now. So
Could you imagine if she still had that one-man minion on board that he didn't? That coin out was a heads-up play by him. But this would have just been that much worse.
yeah, no, this would have been the one drop in here as well. So
Mm-hmm.
Let the pain speak to me.
that's not a great turn for our Kazar here. I think Steffi might just completely ignore this, and maybe even Spellbreaker Acolyte of Pain to make sure it doesn't draw.
I like the Spellbreaker here. I mean,
Nah, I would
he's
be cautious.
going to be throwing up some big taunts, though, too. So, actually, I would prefer to save the Spellbreaker. Call to Arms looks tasty, but if you get your whole board brawled,
You're going
run
into
out of
turn
gas,
5.
and-
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm holding on to that Call to Arms until the first brawl comes out.
Yeah.
Make our Kazar have the brawl before you do
yeah.
Call to Arms.
Magic shall not.
I think the Spellbreaker is justified here. If a big taunt comes down, you got the Tareem to push through, and you just kill him next turn. Well,
There's
close
Scourge's
to it
Lord
anyway.
Garrosh. Make sure to swing and get your 1 point of damage in first. But all right, yeah, he's gonna brawl this. So the worst would be probably the Nightmare Amalgam, I think here, or the Gentle Megasaur. That's not good either.
Nightmare Amalgam
now-
probably would have been worse just because it's a Murloc and he got the rock.
Oh, and got the Knife Juggler in the right order, and can even throw out Lost in the Jungle if you wanted to get 4 more.
Oh,
points
and
of
a
damage.
couple more. Yep.
Duty.
Yeah, why not?
You've already seen one brawl.
Reporting for duty.
And look at this. This is going to be a huge Sunkeeper turn. I don't. There's no way to get out of this.
No, it's like no. The best you can do is put 3 damage points on everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even Shield Block, I don't think saves you here. So
No, wait a minute though. Why didn't he Warpath? Oh no, he would have just died to the Gentle Megasaur.
yeah, the Gentle Megasaur would have killed him. But even then, I think if he does second Shield Block right now, I don't think that helps him.
You know what? He could have cornered Sentry and then done 2 Warpaths just to stay alive for a turn.
Yeah, you're right. That probably was the path. Yeah, I think unfortunately, I think our Kazar missed that, and unfortunately,
This will be
2
it.
of these are not going to help. So.
Nah. Yeah.
And he gives it up. So Steffi
Wow.
wins it. Not only wins the match, but puts a lot of pressure off of her teammate because she has also secured the vote of
That's
no
it?
confidence making it into the
Yeah.
finals. That's it. Yeah, that's
Mhm.
it.
Good call to bring the Murloc Paladin.
Yes, excellent call.
With the warrior target in this case. You see why it can get the job done against a warrior. There's just too many Murlocs coming down and getting buffed up and all that kind of stuff. The warrior really has to have everything in sequence to get things right.
Absolutely. So yeah, so I've already invited Steffi on for a call real quick. So
Hello.
Steffi, not only congratulations for winning the match, but congratulations for taking vote of no confidence to the finals of Ragnaros League Season 9.
I'm like about to cry. I'm so excited.
That's huge.
That's huge. It's like
oh my gosh.
so.
That was insane. Thank you.
As I gotta say, we thought possibly leaving up the Warlock might have been an issue, but it seems like you were hard targeting that warrior.
I was
This
hard targeting the crap out of that warrior. I saw that and I had like a panic attack. And then my team was like, "It's okay, Stephanie, calm down." And then, them and Mac, they all like helped me try to decide what to do. And this is what we came up with. And it seemed to work out in my favor. So, whew, very grateful.
Congratulations. It's like so I'm trying to think of any particular questions from the match. It's like,
Can
I
we
know
talk
that-
about how game 1 I drew both of my UIs? Let's.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that. Yeah, that was a little rough.
You didn't
So
just draw them. It's bad enough when you have them in your opening hand, but when they tease you and give you the Spiteful Summoner, and then on the turn you're about to play it, that UI comes up. That's just the worst.
I literally, oh my gosh, because I was like hovering over it. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna play this. This is gonna be a great turn 7. I was feeling confident, and then I drew it, and I was like, you know what? That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I do want to bring up the Shutterwalk matchup. I gotta say, I was originally like, why is the Shutterwalk coming out now when no Life Drinker has been played whatsoever? And then once the board started getting clearer, I was like, oh, okay. So were you actually thinking that was your line, or were you thinking?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
my out. I was like, okay, Shutterwalk, listen to me, hear me out. I'm like, you need to just make one and send one back to Mama, because I'll be able to full clear the board, and then we're going to win. I was like praying. I'm like, look, you gave me 2 UIs, Hearthstone. I'm like, give this to me. And I got really lucky because that's a very unfavored matchup. So
Yeah.
and he was playing it very well as well. So
Yeah.
I was just like, well, here we go.
Yeah, you couldn't see it, but he drew his Wisp late, and he didn't draw his Soul of the Forest until right before then. So he was
Yeah.
playing it best he could, but he
Yeah,
had
he
a
did a
real
good
tough
job.
hand as well. Yeah, he did good.
He played really well. I feel like he was making me work.
Actually, I'm seeing in chat right now. They're just getting to the Shutterwalk at the end of the match. It's like everybody's freaking out. Like, so. All right,
Yeah.
so now we actually know the finals now. So it is going to
Yeah.
be vote of no confidence against Team Next Level.
Oh
So
my
would you
goodness.
like to start trash talking Team Next Level?
Wait, what team am I playing against? Stuff? I never heard of them. But you know, maybe they'll put up a good fight.
Okay.
We're all trying to just not lose because we haven't lost a week. So
No, y'all
we're ready.
are undefeated. Y'all are
We are-
11-0 right now. So
That's amazing. I mean, that's got to be almost unheard of to go the full season, including the playoffs, all the way here, undefeated. That's amazing.
Yeah, my team is literally they're the best. I love them. They're just I wouldn't want to play against any
Yeah.
single one of them. So
Now next week though, you're facing the Giant Killers, right? Team Next Level has taken
Yeah.
out some pretty big teams
They're-
going into this.
Thermic Whims and Hot Pepper have both gone down to Team Next Level. But
this is true.
But this
They're
is also
very good.
this is also the same role Team Zenergy was in last year, as you
Yeah.
remember, and Zenergy couldn't bring it the finals.
Yep.
They unfortunately did not, and that's how we got a Spicy Boys championship there.
But I will say this: it did go down to all 5 matches. It came down to
It
the
did.
final match. Unfortunately for Team Synergy, the guy playing that final match just couldn't get it done against Wolfmac, and that was me, by the way. But
yeah,
I mean,
But-
Wolfmac's a hard player to beat. But you're also
he
phenomenal
is, he
too,
is.
so.
But that was a lot of fun, and now you're going to be experiencing that fun next week. It's playoff week. My
It's
recommendation.
finals week.
It's finals
Yeah,
week,
it's-
right? So there's going to be some stress, but enjoy this. This is what you play all season for. Now you're in it. It's finals week. It's probably going to go down to the last match. With these 2 teams, the way that they've been playing,
Mm.
and I would say just enjoy every minute of it.
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's an honor to for me and my team to make it this far too. So we're so excited. It's cool. I knew this week was going to be rough, but I already know next week. I don't even want to think about it. It's good. It's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying. But we're still going to win. So
Yeah.
got 'em.
And you made
Yeah.
it this far. It's like, you don't even need to be terrified, right? It's just now you just play the games. You already know what you're doing,
Mhm. Agreed.
Agreed.
But they're
It's
really
like-
good though.
They are really good, yeah. But so are you
So-
guys. So.
So of course, this next week we're going to, of course, have Tavern Talk. We're gonna have all 5. Hopefully, we're gonna get all 5 matches on stream. Crossing my fingers. Hopefully on this one. And good news is I don't have to try to get anybody from your team to come and represent y'all on Tavern Talk because you're already there. So
What's up, everybody? Oh yeah, I was gonna say we can get Hockey because he's our captain, but he's off dancing around in Europe, so never mind.
yeah,
They'll represent us. I'm really good at crap talking too, so bring it on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just let's go.
All right.
So will Hockey be playing? Is he out of town, or will he still be able to do his match next week?
I think he actually comes back. When does he come back? I think he comes back next week. I know he's going to do his match though. He's doing the final match.
Okay.
I mean, if I'm lying, then I'm lying. I don't mean to be. But he played this week, so I'm just like, yeah, I'll play next week. It's fine. Hockey's going to be here.
Yeah, I was just curious. All right.
So, all right, excellent. Do we have anything else? I can't think of anything.
No, I think that's it. Congratulations on a huge victory, and
Yes.
enjoy the next week.
Thank you guys for casting and doing the whole thing as well. It's much appreciated.
Oh no, not a problem. It is so. I guess we will see you on Thursday for Tavern Talk. You'll see me there on Thursday for Tavern Talk. So
Sounds
actually,
good.
only Imposition will not be there on Thursday on Tavern Talk.
I'll be
That's
watching
true.
though.
You'll be watching.
He'll be there in spirit.
Yes.
All
So,
right.
all right. So, do we have anything else for this evening besides just closing the show out and getting out of here?
Nope, that'll finish up the week. No more announcements to be made. For those playing MCL, make sure you get your registration in for the week. I think they're due tonight. I'm not sure, but
Actually, oh yeah. That reminds me, I need to do that. It's
yeah,
like,
you
gives
gotta
me
get
something,
your
gives me
death
something to do in
codes
off season.
Yep.
Yeah.
For anybody who hasn't been participating in MCL, I think you can get in anytime. So if you want to, get up on the website, follow the links to MCL, and register some deck codes, and you can play this week.
All right. So I think with that, I think we're good to get out of here. So until Thursday Throwdown, I mean, not Thursday Throwdown. That show does not exist anymore. We do not do Thursday Throwdown anymore unless we're doing Battle of the Discords. But Thursday Tavern Talk. We're going to have Steffi there representing Vote of No Confidence. We're going to have somebody from Team Next Level. I don't know who yet. We'll figure it out. Probably the captain. I don't know who the captain is off the top of my head. So we're going to have somebody there, though, to talk about this exciting, the final week of Ragnaros League. So until next week, bye, everybody.